What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Justin Ford podcast, where I'll be releasing life-changing principles and valuable information focused on all things faith, finance, family, fitness, real estate, and so much more. Let's go! What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Justin Ford Unleashed podcast. Super excited to be with you here again today. I hope you've been doing great since the last episode. And if you're loving the show, do me a favor, go ahead and hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, or you can subscribe to your favorite podcast platform. And if you're really loving the show, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review and tell us what you love most about the show. And if you haven't followed me yet, you can at the official Justin Ford. Again, at the official Justin Ford. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and also here on YouTube. We got somebody great in the studio today, but before we get into that, I do want to remind you that this episode is brought to you by my friends over at Next Door Lending. Next Door Lending is a team of professionals that believe everyone should be treated as if they lived next door. The founders and team members have more than 150 years of combined loan experience helping clients all over the country choose the best loan program to help you accomplish your goals. Next Door Lending is currently licensed in 26 states and has a team of over 100 loan officers specializing in helping you get the best rate and terms. Whether you're looking to refinance your home or you're looking to purchase your next home, call my friends over at Next Door Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com. She's not a guest. She's not someone who comes on the show once in a great while. She joins me several times a month.
Yes.
Joy Ford's in the house.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
That used to be the number one hit.
Naughty by Nature.
Oh, you remember
Hip-hop
the people
Parade.
that sing it too? Wow,
I used to sing it on the school bus when I was like 8.
You were 8.
Probably like 10, maybe.
That means
That was my jam.
a couple years younger than you.
Yeah, I used to be like, hey, ho, like it was an actual thing, and everybody on the bus would be like this. Yeah, you gotta watch the video to see what that looked like.
When you wear the outfit like backwards.
No, that was crisscross.
Oh, that's right. Man.
Was it crisscross applesauce?
That's what kindergartners sing in school.
Oh wait, crisscross. Yeah, you used to wear your pants backwards and all that. I used to do that.
Yeah, I remember that actually. I don't know if I ever did that.
It was silly.
It
was very hard to wear your pants backwards. So stupid now that I think about it. Who
would
does
do
that?
Like,
yeah, silly.
Unbuttoning, like how?
Yeah, silly. Anyways, welcome back.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you.
It's crazy to think that summer is pretty much over. We're heading into fall, and you're wearing my favorite colors, Michigan. Go Blue, baby.
Today.
I am so excited for football season to start. You know, I love summer, but I love fall. So this summer has not been too hot, so I've actually enjoyed this summer, but when it's like 90 and 100% humidity, I hate it. But I always look forward to fall because football season, my favorite time of year. I love football. I love wearing a hoodie. I love going to the games. You know, Judah's games are starting, and football is here.
It is. That's why I wore this. I thought you maybe be wearing something Michigan too, but
yeah, no, not yet.
Not
I'm
yet.
still sporting the Justin Ford team shirt. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Awesome. So, guys, we often get questions asked to us. We get, sometimes people reach out, they send an email, which you can anytime, or they send us a message on social media, wanting to know specific things. Maybe, we see people in passing. One thing I do hear quite often, though, to give kudos to you, Joy, is I often see people like at an event or somebody reaches out. They're like, we want more Joy Ford on the show.
More? You've heard it more than once?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They love you.
Well, let's do this.
I've never had anybody tell me, we love your episodes by yourself, Justin. They always say, we love Joy Ford. Give us more Joy Ford.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, but you do.
That's
You make it good. And obviously we've got some great things that we've talked.
Make it great.
Okay. You make it great. We had a question come in. I wrote it down here. And, oftentimes, yeah. And this question, it's kind of funny. And it's not anything serious, but I think it's important, to have moments and discussions like this. It says, what is your most embarrassing moment and how did you recover from it?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Most embarrassing moment.
So embarrassed I don't want to talk about it. I have another, while we were talking about this episode, I actually have a worse embarrassing moment than the one I told you before.
Really?
Gosh.
Well,
I'm still recovering from it. It's
Okay.
been like 2 months since the Traverse City thing.
So since you're a woman, why don't you go ladies first?
It was so embarrassing.
What Traverse City thing?
Oh, it was at the retreat
What was
a
it?
couple of months ago.
I don't even remember it.
You're going to remember as soon as I talk about it.
Okay. Go ahead.
We were at the winery.
I wasn't at the winery, so
That's why. But I told you about it when I got back in the room.
I don't think you did. I don't remember.
It was really embarrassing. Anywho, and ladies, if you've done this before, it is the most embarrassing thing ever. And I think I don't remember ever doing this before. Are you wondering what it is?
I still don't know what you're talking about.
I love to keep you in suspense. So we are at the winery for one of our events for real estate.
It's the VIP event that Delivery always has a VIP event. And when it's in Traverse City, it's at the winery.
Yep. And there was a lot of new people. So there was an agent. I was standing there and I'm like, oh, good to meet you, this and that. And then I don't know, after talking for a little while, then I look down. I'm like, oh, she's got this cute dress on. I'm like, oh, I was like,
oh, I do remember this.
Oh, she's pregnant. Like in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, she's having a baby. Like how exciting. But like, she never told me she was. But I looked down and I don't know. I mean, she looked pregnant. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I didn't even mean to say it out loud. It was like in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh my gosh, congratulations. She was like, what? I'm like, are you having a baby? She's like, oh no, girl, I'm just fluffy. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh girl, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I never do that normally, but I'm like, and then I changed the subject and talked about like you thinking I was pregnant and I was fluffy and whatever. I just kind of like reverted the conversation back to me like, oh, I had somebody say that to me before.
I thought like that's like
I was so embarrassed, and like it's not what you do with women. Like it's really embarrassing.
Well, I was just gonna say like you never like whether you're a woman or a man like you never do that. Like that's off limits. You should know better.
I mean, I touched her.
You touched her belly? No, you did not.
It was horrible. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh shit. But she took it like a champ.
Wait, you put your hands on her belly, her fluffy belly, and said.
But the thing was, she wasn't really a fluffy girl. Like from the side, you would never thought. Like she had a jeans, like she had a cute outfit on. Well, when she like turned, I'm like, oh my gosh, like
you put your hand on her belly and said, oh my gosh, congratulations.
I still have like trauma. Like I feel trauma from it. Like I'm just like, oh, God, I'm never doing that again. I'm never saying congratulations unless they like it's at the baby shower.
PTSD, you have post-traumatic something.
It was horrible. I was like, oh, Justin, you don't even want to know what happened. But I made it up the next day, took her to lunch, took her out and about in Traverse City. Then I have a car. And so she was like, oh my gosh, thank you. And had a great lunch with her and another lady. So we had a good time at the end of the whole thing. I think I like recovered. It was okay.
I still can't believe you put your hand on her belly and she wasn't even pregnant. I would have felt violated.
It's like a double embarrassment.
Jeez, that is pretty embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. That one like outbeat the other one I was talking about.
And so how did you recover it?
No, I took them. The next day was going to go have lunch downtown somewhere in Traverse City, and they were waiting to figure out how to get down there. And I'm like, oh, hey, good to see you again. You know, like obviously she can't forget me. And I was like, oh, what are you ladies up to? Oh, we want to go eat. We want to go tour around a little bit. We don't have much time. Our flight is at like 3 or 4. And I'm like, well, I'll take you ladies, you know. And they were like, oh my gosh, nice. So I took them to lunch.
What's interesting about that, though, is her response could have went the total other direction. She could have responded pretty upset, hurt, angry.
Oh, man. Thank God she was so like chill about it. She's like, oh, no, girl, I'm just fluffy.
Because that could have, I've been like how she responded probably helped you recover from it. But if she would have responded the other way, it could have been even more embarrassing.
I know. I don't even know how I would have responded. But if she's listening, sorry again. Can't wait to see you at the next event.
Hopefully she comes back.
She will come back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Anyways, and I have one more. Do you want me to see the other one? Or are we just doing the one?
No, you can do the second one. That's fine.
So the second one is I was showing my buyer homes, and I was showing her like 4 homes that day. We get to the first home, literally my first time like actually meeting her in person. And we're like walking on the outside of the house, and all of a sudden I hear like a rustling noise, like a rustling of like I don't even know, the grass. I don't know, something was moving in the yard right there by like the back area. And the client Kumba and we were walking around, all of a sudden, because we were freaking out already because some noise in the house, and then we were outside around the house, and all of a sudden I hear the noise, and I like screamed and I like jumped on her. She was like, oh, and like literally
you
like
jumped on her.
I like practically jumped on her, and we like laughed so hard. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I thought it wasn't a big animal. I was like, thought you could like help me.
Gosh, what kind of real?
That was embarrassing, but it was funny because we laughed about it at the end. Like it was a good memory.
You were going to let
After
your
we
client get
closed.
attacked over you standing in the way.
Exactly. That's what I thought. I was like, oh my gosh, let me jump on your back and hopefully it could save my life.
That's pretty much how you respond if a fly lands on you.
Like
she sees a bug, something like flies on her, comes near her, she like
yeah, it was,
real
and it
loud.
was the worst that we could have in Michigan would be like a squirrel down there. I don't even know. It could have been like a squirrel or
It was probably a bunny rabbit or something.
Yeah, rabbit.
Something really harmless.
And we looked back, it was nothing. It was air from the vent. I don't even know.
We don't
why
have
it was coming
bears
through.
here or tigers or lions or anything that can kill you. And she jumps in the.
So that was pretty embarrassing because she was like a fresh new client, and I was like, oh, but we laughed. It's okay.
Wow.
It's a good one. How about you?
Yeah. So for me, I would say that the most embarrassing moment for me was I was in 9th grade.
Oh, you're
And
going way back.
I was on the football team and I was the punter. And so I think we were winning the game, and it was towards the end of the game, and I'm getting ready to punt.
Oh, Lord.
My dad's there. It's an away game, and I get the ball and I punt the ball, and it goes over my head backwards.
When you say punt, you're kicking
Yeah,
the
like
ball.
kicking the ball.
Why do you say punt?
It's called punting.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. It was just kicking the ball.
No, there's a difference. Punting is where they hike it to you and you kick it up in the air.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Kicking it is when it's like what Dave Rayner does, like kick it and he goes through the field goal. Yeah.
Okay.
Football
So you
101
punted
here.
it.
Football 101. So
Still
we're punting,
learning.
and the ball literally goes up and over my head behind me, and the other team gets the ball and they score a touchdown and won the game.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, what the heck just happened? And so, like, I'm feeling so embarrassed, so ashamed. My teammates are upset. You know, my dad's in the stands. And then we get on the bus because it's an away game. And then everybody's like, dude, how could you punt the ball over your own head behind you?
Oh, man.
And I don't think, and still to this day, I don't think that I punted it over my head backwards. There's a guy that stands in front of you slightly to the right when you punt it because his job is to block you.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear
It hit them.
it hit his head and it bounced behind me. Because who the heck can punt over their head backwards? Like my dad to this day still says, dude, you punted over your own head. Those those players and all those teammates still say that I punted it over my head and it went backwards. And it was so embarrassing. And they wouldn't let me live it down. Like even days and weeks and months later, it was still, oh yeah, you're the guy who punted the ball backwards over your own head. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I know that it hit the guy.
The helmet.
I know it did, but nobody else saw it. And I don't even remember if that was truly the case, but I really believe it was.
Yeah.
But so embarrassing. That was like the embarrassing moment. You're in high school. You're a freshman. You're on the team. You call like the game you lose, and I'm just like, what? Just happened?
Did you stay the punter for the rest of the season, or did you change
No, I think
positions?
they probably changed my position after that. It was horrible. It was definitely rough.
Gosh.
But on that note, you know, for those of you, you know, we've all had these embarrassing moments. But you know what I've found is if you find yourself in an embarrassing moment, because we all have them, you can either let that kind of like shame you and cause you to feel a certain way, or you can make fun of it.
You can just laugh it off.
Yeah, you can just laugh it off and you know, not take it so serious. And I know this is hard because some of us have self-esteem issues and some of us take things real serious. But if you ever find yourself embarrassed, laugh about it. If people are laughing at you, laugh with them, because here's what I know. If you find yourself in a moment where you're embarrassed or something goofy happened, like if people are like saying stuff about it and making fun of you about it, like if you joke back with them,
Dude.
it's like it neutralizes it. It's no longer like an issue.
Yeah,
but
funny.
especially when you're younger, kids like to pick on other kids, and so if they constantly bring, like, nobody's gonna tease you or make fun of you if you laugh about it as well.
If you laugh first.
Yeah,
Like, dude, did you see that punt? That was or if you fall, like just goofy things, like embarrassing things that happen. I just can't help but laugh.
I know for sure I didn't punt over my head though. But we did lose the game.
I wish back then there was a phone so somebody could see the recording to see how it happened. But it's a memory now.
It doesn't
it's not
bother
like
me
recorded.
anymore. I'm good.
Let's try that at home.
Yeah,
See
no.
if it can really happen.
No.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
we get embarrassed in life, whether you're young,
it's normal.
older.
Yeah.
It's just how you handle the embarrassment.
It is how you handle it.
And I think that you should laugh it all off
laugh
every
it all
time.
off every time.
Because if you're not going to laugh, I'm going to laugh.
But I will say, do not put your hands on another girl's belly and assume she's pregnant and say congratulations whenever you do.
But we both laughed it off. I was like, oh my gosh, sorry.
Okay, but that probably doesn't happen another time. Somebody might put their hand on somebody.
I'm never doing that again.
Never do it again. And we do not encourage you to do that either.
Don't do that.
Guys, if you ever have a question that you want to ask us about, even if it's silly like this, we love to answer questions. We love to kind of share these moments with you. And feel free to shoot us an email, justin@justinfordunleashed.com. You can also find us, Justin and Joy Ford, Real, Raw, and Uncut. You can find Joy on social media, myself on social media. Reach out to us. We love connecting with you guys. We love hearing from you. And we love knowing what episodes are your favorite and also any topics you might want us to discuss. Thanks for being on the show again, hon.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode here. Again, if you love the show, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform. You can also follow us on social media. Feel free to leave us a review and tell us what you love about the show. And before we wrap it up, guys, I do want to remind you that this episode is brought to you by my friends over at Next Door Lending. Next Door Lending is not just a sponsor of the show. This is who we entrust with all of our buyers. Over 600 5-star reviews, a perfect A+ Better Business Bureau rating, great lender, great service, and they get the job done. So if you're a buyer and you're looking to get pre-approved, call my friends over at Next Door Lending. If you are looking to refinance your home or take cash out of your equity, call my friends over at Next Door Lending. And if you're a real estate agent and you're looking to be partnered with a great lending team, they're in over 26 states, call my friends over at Next Door Lending today at 888-885-3667 or visit their website at nextdoorlending.com. Two things we always love to leave you with as we wrap up the show. Number one, it's not how you start. What matters is how you finish. And number two, with God, all things are possible. God bless you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.